Number 6 has a lot to it. We're asked to draw a diagram showing how the object is moving for the time from 0 to 6. So there are a few different key times that we're looking for. Start off, the endpoints are going to be key, where we're starting and where we're ending. So those occur when t equals 0 and t equals 6, obviously from right here. Now the other ones where we need to look at are when the velocity is 0. Right? Because when the velocity is 0, that means the object is stopping, and it may or may not change direction from there. So that's a critical value when the derivative of position, because that's what we're graphing here, when that's 0, that's a critical value. It's important to our graph here. So when the velocity is 0, we figured that out earlier in step number 3, problem number 3. Our velocity was 0 when t was 1 and when t was 3. So we have 4 different points that we're concerned with in order to draw this little diagram. So we'll go in order, starting with s of 0. S of 0. I want to figure that out. We're going to figure out s of 1, s of 3, and s of 6. We're taking each of these values and we're plugging it into the original function, right? The position function, t cubed minus 6t squared plus 9t plus 1. So we're putting 0 in for t. That one's pretty simple. We're going to get 1 out, right? All of these cancel except for the 1. If we put 1 in, 1 cubed minus 6 times 1 squared plus 9 times 1 plus 1, we end up getting 5 out. If we put 3 into the position function, we also get 1. And if we put 6 into this function, we come out with 55. So this represents the position of the object along the number line, along the x-axis. So now we want to kind of show a little diagram on its movement, how it's moving along this number line. So it's moved quite a bit, 1, 5, 1, and then 55. I'm just going to draw a number line here. And for these, I want to make sure that 0 is on there, and then our key points right here. So we've got 0, 1, 5, and 55 way over here. So we start off at t equals 0. Our starting point is a position of 1. So the point is going to start right here. I'm going to draw it a little bit above the number line at 1. Then from here it moves to 5. So I'm going to go to 5. That point I'm going to make a little bit higher than the last one because we're going to kind of connect all of these and show the motion. And at 3, when t equals 3, we're back to 1. So we're back over here, kind of working my way up. And then when t is 6, at our other endpoint, our position is 55. So if we were to connect these, we're starting here, we're going to 5, then back to 1, and then all the way over to 55. So let me do that again with a little darker color. So we're starting at 1, we go to 5, back to 1, and then to 55. So it kind of gives us a look at the motion. Now, really, it's moving along this number line, so it's really starting off at 1, moving to 5, back to 1, but then back to 55. But you can't really get a good look of the direction and how that's moving when you do it all on top of the number line. So we do it with a little curve up above it. Now the last thing that I want to do on this is to actually show when is this all happening. We want to label this. So at 1, when it starts off, that's when t equals 0 for this first point. Then this occurs when t equals 1, the second point. Our third point is when t equals 3. And the last one is when t equals 6. So we know when the point is actually at these locations, these positions on the number line.